Do you fear trying new things? Are you afraid to take risks? Do you think that I'll do it when I'm ready, or I'll do it when the fear goes away? But guess what? The fear isn't going anywhere. It only disappears when you do the thing that you're afraid of. So it's time to feel the fear and do it anyway. My name is Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. We keep saying, I'll do it when I'm not afraid. I'll do it when I'm ready. But we're never going to be ready until we try the thing. And I've done this so many times. Oh my God. It's like, oh, this tension, this anxiety comes up in you when you think of trying a new thing. And this has happened to me so many times. You plan something. You have a dream for something. You have a goal. You envision this goal. And then it comes to actually, doing the thing. And you're like, I can't fucking do it. I'm so fucking scared. You know what I mean? And what are we actually afraid of? What are we actually afraid of? You know what I mean? And it's our ego mind. Our ego is there to keep us safe. Our ego there is to keep us fucking stuck. That's what it is. Our ego is our old belief system, our old energy, our old mindset, which is based on fear and lack. So literally, it's the caveman mentality. Don't go outside the cave or you're going to get eaten by a saber-tooth tiger. This is what happens with everything we fucking do, especially if we've been we all have been stuck in that conditioned mentality. But when we're trying to break out of it, the battle of the fucking minds is unbelievable. And I say minds because it's our own fucking mind, but it's like two different ones, the ego and the soul. The ego is the one with all-consuming fear. Now, the Will Smith quote keeps coming to mind. Fear is a choice. Fear can only exist within our minds. We create it effectively. I'm not saying this quote properly, but fear is a choice. The only place that fear can exist is within our minds. We're fearing something that hasn't happened or that may never fucking happen. You know what I mean? We're literally choosing to be afraid of something. And what are we really afraid of? It's just the unknown. That's what the ego is trying to do. It's like, don't take a risk. Don't do anything unknown. Don't do anything you don't have, solid proof of. Or, you're going to be fucked, which you're not. Oh my God. The ego literally puts us through anxiety as a way of trying to keep us safe. But what it's actually doing is keeping us stuck. It's keeping us stuck in an old way and an old reality. So and this is one thing one of the biggest things we have to go through on this journey is that battle between our own mind. Do you know what I mean? That battle of that old sense of self and the battle of trying to do things that we know we want to do. And the only, there's no such thing as ready. And the only way you're going to get ready is by doing the thing. You know what I mean? You can sit there for years and say, I'm not ready. You're never going to be ready if you don't try to be ready. You know what I mean? I remember when I first started doing webinars, well, actually before, prior to that, this was a plan of mine for a long, long time. It was in the cards. It was something I was going to do. And then when somebody said to me, are you going to start doing workshops or webinars? I'm just like, I'm not ready. I'm so scared. And I had to come home and sit with that. And I was like, okay, hold on now. If I sit here and say I'm not ready, how am I going to be ready? If I continue to say I've never done that thing before, so I'm never going to be, you're effectively never going to be ready. Because how do you ready yourself for something? You do the thing and you practice it. But sitting there and saying you're not ready and then not doing anything, it brings more anxiety. And this is the thing. The longer we wait to do something, the longer we wait to take the steps, the longer we make to shoot our shot, whatever it is, the harder it gets. The more the anxiety builds and the more fucked up we feel. You know what I mean? Oh my God, why do we put ourselves through so much turmoil? Rip the band-aid off. I found that anything that I feared or anything that I was scared of, I would spend so much time procrastinating, so much time in fear and anxiety and in fucked up energy. Your whole body is like, I'm so scared, I don't want to do anything. And then all of a sudden it's just like you do the thing and you're like, why didn't I do this yesterday? This is so much fun. We're actually, our own mind is making us fear things that we really want to do. Something that's good for our souls. And the reason we're feeling, I think the reason we think we're feeling anxiety is because we're afraid to do the thing. But the reason we're actually feeling anxiety is because it's unknown. That's why it's unknown. And it's like, it's that, as I said, it's that ego mind is trying to stop you. This path that we're taking, it's different to what we've ever known. So it is going to be, you're going to feel stretched. You're going to be like, one part of you wants to stay cozy, one part of you doesn't want to take risks, but the other part wants adventure. And it's only in seeking that adventure that we actually truly, we realize what we really want. You know, we're the anxiety builds because I think what we feel is a fear in doing the thing. It actually builds because we're not doing the thing. So the longer we do something that's out of alignment, so not doing the thing, the longer we're going to be in trepidation. The longer we're going to be in fear. And it's like the analogy of that backpack, that heavy backpack full of rocks. It's like, you know, it's like this weight that we're carrying, this weight, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The more we avoid something, the more this backpack is weighing us down. Take it fucking off. All you have to do is push through your fear and do the thing. And I know it is harder, it's easier said than done. But why are we stopping ourselves? We're choosing in this moment to be in anxiety because we're not doing the thing. You know, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you crave doing? What is it that you're afraid to do? And ask yourself this question. Is this fear real in this moment, or is it based on a past experience? Because sometimes some fears can come in due to some failures of the past. So, like, you know, a few years ago, I was trying things, you know, and I was succeeding, and then I was failing, and then I was succeeding, and then I was failing, and then it all went to shit. And now it's started up again. All of the fears from my past are like, oh my God, I can't do this. What if the same thing happens? What if the same thing happens? And this is it, where we're basing our future on something that happened in the past. But ask yourself this question. Are you the same person that tried before? No. Because every time we try something, we learn. We learn and we grow. Even if it fails. To me, there is no such thing as failure. Because we have to make mistakes. We must take mistakes in effect in order to learn how to do it properly. You know, so if you do it wrong, you're still learning. You know what I mean? And, you know, isn't it better to have tried than not have tried? Do you get me? With anything, like, whether it be a love relationship, whether it be a career move, whether it be an adventure, or anything that you're holding yourself back from. Every time we do the thing that we're most afraid of, we end up stronger because of it. No matter what the outcome. You know, isn't it better to have tried or lived a bit of it, or, you know, just got out of your comfort zone? You know, and I know what it's like when we're in this mentality of fear, lack, we're in that comfort zone, we're under that warm blanket, and we're like, I don't want to leave the warm blanket, or I'm going to fail. Or what if I get rejected? Or, you know, what if they don't like what I say? Or what if all of these things are coming into your mind? It's like, oh, you're thinking, why do we do this? We think of all the worst case scenarios of, you know, instead of trying to do something, we sit there and we literally list off all the things that could go wrong. But why can't we list off all the things that could go right? The only way we truly fail in life is if we don't try something. And the only reason we don't try is because of fear. But do you want to live your life in anxiety and fear? Or do you want to live your life trying something? Did you know, even just, like, you know, we build confidence by being competent at something. So the more you actually practice something, the better you get. But if you sit there and say, I'm not ready, you're never, ever actually going to be ready. You know, there is no such thing as being ready, because when you, like, as I said with the workshops and webinars, I was like, I'm not ready. And I was like, just practice. You don't have to go live tomorrow. You just have to practice. Try it once on your own at home and see how that feels. And I did that, and I was like, oh my God, I fucking love this. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. Like, you know, we put so much emphasis on perfectionism or on what other people are going to think of us. So that's why fear comes in as well. What are my parents going to think? What are my friends going to think? Oh, I can't do this because they won't agree. This is not their fucking life. And why are we in so much trepidation over something that they care about? This is you, your life, and your life alone. So it should be only you that matters. And this happens as well, actually, because we tend to ask the wrong people for advice when we're on this journey. if you're on the healing path, the growth path, the ascension path, you're not going to be able to get the same advice that you used to off people. So like if you're actually planning to do something unknown to yourself or something different, do not ask people for advice. I'm sorry, do the thing, then tell them. Because the amount of times that I've been excited about something and actually there wasn't fear, it was like, I'm so excited to do this. And then they tell you and they're just like, oh yeah, you're stupid. You know, that's crazy. You can't do that. And you're like, okay, I won't do that. And then all the fear comes in because of people's opinions. So we have to be so mindful of what we do and how we do it and who we ask for advice, and what we have to learn to listen to ourselves, trust ourselves. You know what I mean? Is this something like, you know, this is so fucking fucked up. Like, we pray for stuff. We literally pray, dream, visualize, and then manifest the thing we really want. And then fear comes in. It's like, oh my God, I don't want this anymore. And like, you know, this is the way we have to, the way we can decipher what's real and what isn't. If you've been dreaming of something for a very long time, if you've been excited about something for a very long time, if this thing is on your vision board, if you've been planning and goal setting towards this, and then the thing happens, and then all of a sudden you run or sabotage, ask yourself those questions. Are you actually afraid of something real, or are you afraid because it's unknown? You know what I mean? Keep asking yourself that question. Is this fear even real? Can this fear exist, or is it based on a past experience? Because most of the time it is based on a past experience. And you have to remember, you're not that person anymore. You have evolved. You really have. You know, I think a lot of it is, I suppose, imposter syndrome as well. We're afraid to try new things because we're like, do I belong here? You know, that's another fear that comes in. It's like, you feel out of place. It's like, it's just so unknown. We're so used to being in the same shit, different day energy, moan and groan society. This is how life is. Let's follow all these sheep off the fucking cliff, because that's all they're going to do. And then we were like, oh, there's a path this way. I can't take that path. That's too scary. What if there's wolves? Oh my God, there's not fucking wolves. Do you know what I mean? So take the path of, you know, take the path that does look unknown. Do you really want to stay stuck in the same shit over and over again? Because all you have to do to break out of that is just go for it. Go for it, like, absolutely go for it with everything that you have. Because at the end of the day, the feeling you get from just trying feels like an accomplishment. Feels like a win. Every time you learn something new, it feels like a win. Like, you know, there's stuff from my past that when I tried it before, I was a novice. I had no idea. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. And to be honest, I still have no idea. But like, I'm learning more now. And I look back on the fears I had before to the fears I have now. And I'm comparing both because I'm like, oh my God, are these fears real? And I'm like, every time I had a fear in the past, every time I pushed through that fear, guess what happened? I ended up better than I was before. I ended up knowing more than I was before. And I know exactly what not to do next time. And you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, nothing like what I did before, I didn't actually fail. I just hit more fear blocks. I hit every time. Every time. It's like every time we up level, it's like, oh, more fear. And it's like we push through. And this happens so many times as well. We'll be in our comfort zone and we're like, oh, I don't want to do this. And then we push through the fear and it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I did this. And then you hit it. And then you're like, you get so good at the thing you were afraid to do. You become a master at it. And then there's the next thing that you want to do. Something else that you've been dreaming of. And then it's like, oh, I'm too scared for this shit. And you're afraid. You take time to even do the next step. Remember, every single time you push through fear, guess what happened? Magic fucking happened. That's what exactly happened. You know, you became and you know what taught me this? Like, you know, we're creatures of giving up. You know, if something's too hard, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's too scary. I'm not good enough. And it's bullshit. Like, and this happens, I think, from childhood because, you know, we feel that we're inadequate. We feel like we're not good enough. And if we don't get that encouragement, we just give up. So for me, when it was like art or sport or anything like that, I just gave up. You know what I mean? I felt too insecure, so I just gave up. And when I became an adult, I did the same thing. things were hard. So it's like, I'm not doing that. It's fucking hard. Do you know what I mean? And then I actually started working in the factories, and I was in the packing area of a meat factory. Real manual work, real heavy lifting, all of this stuff. And like, you know, I was good at it, but I didn't know you could ask for help. So I was going to fucking every job I did. I was like, I'm so fucking angry. I was so angry, so frustrated with the job, but I didn't ask for help. So I kept my head down and I just kept going and going and going. And you know what? I mastered all of these jobs and I became a supervisor there. Do you know what I mean? But like, that gave me, like, later on then when I started awakening and started doing creativity again, started doing other things, I kept hitting the wall of, I can't do this, I'm not good enough. And then I was like, hold on now. If I can master all those shitty jobs that I did, why can't I master something else if I just keep going? Once we hit that block of fear, once we hit that block of I'm not good enough, once we hit that block of I don't belong here, say to yourself, hold on now. No, I fucking do. I do belong here. And I'm going to try anyway. And that's exactly what you do. You just push through. And I know it's easy. I do know it's easier said than done. But like, fear can be this small or it can be this fucking huge, and we have a choice on how big we want it to be. And you sit there with that fear and you let it grow and you never do the fucking thing and you live your life in regret, or you sit there with the fear and go, you're not fucking real, I'm going to push you out of the way and I'm going to do it anyway. And the minute you make that decision, the fear goes away. It really does. The fear turns into excitement. This is what we do. And I promise you, you get stronger every time. And remember, every time you push through fear, look what it got you. It got you the result you wanted. You know what I mean? And you're only prolonging your anxiety the more you procrastinate. You're only prolonging that fear the more you procrastinate. So this is it. The only way out of fear is through it. And the fear, as I said, the fear doesn't go away until you do the thing. And as I said, you will not be ready until you actually practice. You have to practice being ready. You're never going to be ready by sitting there going, I'm not ready, I'm never going to do this because I'm not ready. You have to do the thing in order to be ready. Take the shot, go for it, reach for your dreams. Because no matter what, you're going to end up in a better place than you were before. And that's a fact. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and I'll nothing more than to help you on your path. Also, I'm hosting a Feminine Power workshop today at 6 p.m. Ireland UK time. If you want information about it, please comment below. It's for ladies to come together, share, connect, and heal. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. If you want the information for that, it's in the description box.